In today's video, we're continuing our coverage on the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's a cool time to be a Marvel fan. Why? Deadpool 3 is the next movie, and Ryan Reynolds, sorry, but Deadpool 2 was so mid. Deadpool 3 has to fire on all cylinders to restore the faith in the Marvel Cinematic fandom. So, we're going to go over a lot of different things in this video. I've culminated all the news, rumors, and leaks that have been coming out over the last couple of days, and we're going to do it like Warstu does it in a freestyle, in a big video, and talk about everything. There's a lot of people been reporting on stuff that's actually come out to be fake, which is kind of funny when you think about it, because it's like I say, if you're going to cover a story, at least vet the information, or at least talk to the source before you run with it, saying, yeah, that's everything I heard, and then it turns out it's not even close to being true. So, yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? What's your, if you are new around, subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, Kaiju, Monsterverse content that we try to cover on a daily basis. If you could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know down below. Are you freaking hyped for Echo? Are you hyped for Deadpool 3? Are you hyped? Did you like the Marvels? Because generally speaking, the Marvels was no worse than any other Marvel movie that's come out recently. Let's be honest. Ant-Man 3 wasn't fire. Thor Love and Thunder wasn't fire. Wakanda Forever for sure wasn't fire. I think a lot of people are just being hyperbolic on the Marvels being that bad. So check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, aka X.com. Right, let's get into today's video. So, a lot of fake news been going around recently. Yeah, I heard that on Spider-Man 4 as well. And then the source is like, no, I never said that. In fact, it's been community noted. So, as we know, Sony owns the movie rights to Spider-Man and all the villains and all the characters. They are not just going to chuck it back to Kevin Feige because Spider-Man No Way Home made more money than any other Sony kind of movie. They're not going to give the rights to like the Into Spider-Verse, Beyond the Spider-Verse to Marvel. No. So a story came out on November the 18th. And as soon as I read this, I was like, that's fake news. But then everyone ran with it. The SUMC and MCU will reportedly merge in Spider-Man 4 starring Thomas Holland via Daniel RPK. And this is why you should always talk to said source, because he comes out on the 24th of November. No, never said that, by the way. So the problem these scoopers have, and it's not necessarily their problem, is you get a lot of wannabe news reporters, wannabe scoopers on Twitter just saying that someone else that has a big following said it. So the Sony Spider-Verse and the MCU were going to merge in Spider-Man 4, make it a full-on multiversal movie. And then some people were elaborating that the Madam Web movie and Venom 3 and the Craven movie were all going to tie to the MCU. Yeah, sure, I do believe that there will be a variant of the Venom Black symbiote appearing in Secret Wars if Marvel and Sony Pictures can come to some kind of arrangement. But no, they ain't going to give the reins back to Marvel, or else guess what? They would just sell the rights back, homies. So a lot of people jumped on this like Spider-Man 4 will change. I understand how YouTube and TikTok works. You need your punchy headlines, regardless of how big your following is, because we all know the algorithm is king. But no, it turns out Daniel RBK didn't say this. It's being community noted. So what's the moral of this story? Stop believing things on Twitter unless the actual scooper has a good track record and unless it actually comes from said scooper. So I'm sure Spider-Man 4 will be cool, but I don't think it's going to have anything to do with people merging. Now, I get it. I get it. Venom 3, we see Tom Hardy on set. Looks like he's got the exact same outfit, costume, clothing that he had in Spider-Man No Way Home. Well, careful with spoilers, they've somehow got to explain how he gets back to the Venomverse. So sure, that would make a lot of sense. And sure, I do think somewhat Venom will eventually see Spider-Man. But Tom Hardy is retiring. So they are now shooting Venom 3 again. Now the actor strike's over, but is it over? There's some information that came up from an actor recently. Doesn't actually make me think it's over. So a lot of people think Venom 3 is going to be the last Venom movie ever. No, I just think the symbiote potentially goes on with someone else. Venom 3, this is coming from Tom Hardy, and he's not deleted it. The Last Dance. Thankfully, we are back to shooting. And I want to take a moment just to say thank you to all the teams thus far on the ride from Venom 1 to here, our fantastic cast and crew. Good friends and family. We've come a long way. It's been and continues to be a lot of fun for the journey. So saying he's done with it, but you know, these Twitter influencers or wannabes going, oh my God, it's The Last Dance. We haven't even had Spider-Man taken on Venom yet. This just tells me I'm not a huge comic book guy, but Venom isn't just about taking on Spider-Man. Like, there's a lot of other villains that Venom has. This concept that they've got, I get it why you want Spider-Man to fight Venom. You want the views. You want the views. I get it. You don't even care for Spider-Man. You just want the catabolic, the anabolic views. I get it. Sure, Spider-Man and Venom will fight. I mean, technically, Venom knows about Spider-Man based on the No Way Home ending. Sure. But that does not mean he's retiring. The post does not say anywhere he's retiring. So you're getting a lot of the catabolic, hyperbolic scoopers and stuff coming out going, Spider-Man 4, Shang-Chi 2, not confirmed. Shang-Chi 1 didn't make money. They should not make that movie. And then you're getting people confirming that Shang-Chi 2 is going to shoot next year. And it's like, Feige's not even confirmed it. Unless it comes from Kevin Feige, I don't really care what it says. So Spider-Man 4, Shang-Chi 2, Fantastic Four, Deadpool 3 will lay the foundations for Avengers Secret Wars. Like anybody needed anyone to say that. Did you not see the end of Loki Season 2? And it's now been confirmed that Loki at the end of time was holding everything together. And he is Atlas at the end of time. Not God of Stories. I don't get why people keep saying he's God of Stories. If Loki was God of Stories, the whole finale for Loki Season 2 would have went down very differently. This is literally confirmed. He is Atlas at the end of time, holding it all together. Props to GeekyCast, who was the first person that I seen post about it on the Tweetosphere. As you know, I follow like 12 people, but Rob from Comics Explained also said the same thing. So props to you too. I don't know why people keep saying Loki is God of Stories. He's not even close to God of Stories. Literally makes no sense. So it seems like Marvel has not learned anything. So I don't know if RPK actually said this, but apparently Moon Knight, She-Hulk Season 2s have been confirmed. And apparently, although I've actually seen this already, Miss Marvel Season 2, RPK said there's been discussions going on. He never actually confirmed there is going to be a Season 2. What he said was this: I said they're discussing it, not that it's in the works. Big difference. So what I suggest is, if you're going to follow information from Twitter people, go to whoever they said is the source and see what they have said. Because I've seen a lot of fake news on YouTube, on Instagram, all over the place. So I suggest go to the source, whoever they say said it first, and see if they said it. If not, go to GeekyCast. He literally keeps a receipt from every single source to do with pop culture, Marvel, DC stuff. And if you want to know, did they actually say it? It turns out most of the time they didn't say it. Like the Spider-Man 4 merging, RPK never said that. It could happen, but he never actually said that. The same with Miss Marvel Season 2. I don't think that should happen because the first season didn't do that well. It's not really needed, but there is fake news literally everywhere. And it's like a toxic kind of thing at the same time as well. Because apparently the star of Miss Marvel TV show said a lot of stuff. So there's his thumbnail. Actress rages against fans after the Marvels flop. But what she literally said was, the box office has nothing to do with me. Go talk to Bob Iger. Literally said nothing to do with that. I do find it fascinating how there's a lot of people on YouTube who come out with all these outlandish things. She was actually quite positive, and realistically, the box office of a movie doesn't really have much to do with an actor. Why? Well, because there's a huge marketing team. There's a huge Hollywood studio behind them to market the movie. They can only do so much in press junkets, as we know. Press junkets, PR, the world press tour they do for movies doesn't really correlate much. It's not really the actor's fault if the movie flops. It just tells you the audience doesn't really want the movie. Doesn't really reflect on their acting ability. And to be fair, she responded better than 95% of people in Hollywood. It's just on YouTube, I get it. You see a crazy thumbnail. Rest in peace, Marvel. And then I think to myself, okay, this video on this thumbnail here that I'm looking at on Twitter has 90,000 views in 19 hours. If Marvel was so dead, why are all these YouTube channels saying Marvel is dead? Marvel's in shambles, but it's the only thing you talk about. If something is dead, why are you talking about it? If something is dying, why are you talking about it? If Marvel is so dead and so in shambles, why is every single YouTube account still on Marvel saying, yo, Marvel's dead? Oh, right. Is it actually dead this time? Are you just going to keep saying the same thing? So there's been a lot of controversy recently about the villain of the Fantastic Four being a female. Anna Taylor-Joy is going to be the female version of the Silver Surfer. That's comic book accurate. Like, if you did more than a 1-minute Google search, you'd find out that it's not a gender swap. It's literally a female villain that turned out to be the Silver Surfer. It is funny how a lot of people word these kind of things. But then realistically, when you look into it, it's like, oh, yeah, it's actually a female villain anyway. They're just using a female version instead of a different version. So there's also some fake news about Loki season 3. No, there is no Loki season 3. The director literally said season 2 was the last season. Like, seriously, Loki's at the end of the time, literally holding everything together like the god he is. What else do you think they could do with a Loki TV show? Now, sure, I do think the rumors are true that Sylvie will form the new Avengers team. Sylvie will talk to Thor because there is a multiversal war coming, whether you like to admit it or not. Loki can sense all this, so Sylvie's going to recruit a new team. And by the end of Secret Wars, sure, Tom Hiddleston, who plays Loki, will be popping around for sure in that movie. Also in the news, the Fantastic Four casting news. Your boy Matt Shackman lied. He was like, yeah, we've already casted everyone. Been a month since he said that. The writers' strike, actors' strike's been over a while now, and from what I'm hearing behind the scenes, apparently everyone's signed except for, I'm not going to say, except for one character. It's really weird, the Fantastic Four casting for me, because if it is true that a TV actor, Pedro Pascal, is going to be Mr. Fantastic, TV actors, I mean, some TV actors could be movie actors, but they're not really the same. I know what you're going to say, but Ryan Reynolds started on being a TV actor on the Pizza TV show, and then he went over to Deadpool, and he's done a bunch of other movies, sure, right? But not all TV actors can go to movies, and not all movie actors can go to TV and voice acting. It's not the same thing. I mean, I get it, some can, but I don't really think Pedro Pascal is a good fit. From what I'm hearing, he's the only person that actually wanted the job. But, I mean, that news came out a week ago that it was confirmed, and it turns out that that's not actually true. And it's also like this Jonathan Majors is out as Kang, but apparently in the contract, he's the only person that can play Kang. So if they're going to ditch the Kang storyline, it's because... I'm like, hold the up, lads. Hold up. Let the trial happen, right? Because seriously, Kang ain't going to need to show up for a long while anyway. They don't really even need to talk about him in Deadpool 3. I mean, if Kang is still the villain, which it looks like he will be, sure, it would be cool for Venom or Kang appear, but he doesn't necessarily need to appear. Captain America 4, 5-month reshoot, because Marvel felt the action sequences in the film were not big enough or were not satisfying enough compared to the other previous Captain America movies. Yeah, they're reshooting the whole movie. It test screened so poorly. They're not reshooting 3 sequences, 5 months. They filmed Avengers 4 in 7 months. I honestly believe they're shooting 3 scenes? No, they're literally reshooting the whole movie. You know, like when they said with the Justice League, when Joss Whedon came out, oh, yeah, we're just doing a little reshoot. Turns out they reshot the whole movie. It's kind of standard in Hollywood, but Marvel is more under the spotlight. Ryan Reynolds on the possibility of Taylor Swift appearing in Deadpool 3 were the friends. So, yeah, I've heard that one. Every single one of those secrets and spoilers will be revealed July the 26th. I don't think Deadpool 3 is as obvious as what people think it is. It's interesting because they're filming out in the public, out in England. Okay, sure, it's not in the public. They corner like the areas of the filming, but it's not. It's like a closed set, but sure, you can still get access to it with a drone or something. So I think Deadpool 3 will be very telling because Marvel is pinning a lot on Deadpool 3 because they've only got 1 movie coming out next year, even though they were supposed to have like 3. It is fascinating to me that Deadpool 3 is the chosen movie because it's so great that they're going to put everything on Deadpool 3. But I get hate when I say this, but I don't think Deadpool 2 was that good. So whatever they're doing for Deadpool 3, it's going to have to be absolute fire if that's the only movie we're getting next year. Because it's so great, even though I think the plot leaks personally help the movie because then Marvel and I mean, I know people at Marvel do actually look at all the rumors and stuff and how like the audience and fans on Twitter respond. So it's only a good thing when things come out. But apparently Marvel Studios is pinning so much on Deadpool 3 because it's so great that the audiences will trust The audiences haven't not ever trust Marvel. It's just a case of they didn't really like Ant-Man 3. They don't see the point of going to watch a movie called The Marvels because it didn't look very good to the general audiences. And people honestly think that comic book fans are the people that carry the movies. Nah, I hate to tell you. It's the general audiences that carries the movie. So sure, bro, I think Deadpool 3 is going to be cool. But I don't think it's going to be $1 billion movie. Like put Taylor Swift in it, then it would be. I think it would do Multiverse Madness numbers. Because Deadpool is not as popular as what people think. Marvel Studios chose Deadpool 3 as their only theatrical release for 2024 due to their belief in the success, the anticipation they filmed to perform well at the box office, receive positive reviews, and rekindle enthusiasm amongst the MCU fans. We already did that with Loki. It's not actually hard to satisfy the audience. Don't chuck 1,000 cameo roles in it, but it looks like they will. Secret Wars! We're getting Doctor Doom, we're getting Galactus, we're getting the Beyonder, we're getting Warstu. Maybe that could be true, potentially. Spider-Man 4 will be used as every movie is going to be used to set up Secret Wars now. That's why they've got to rekindle and rejiggle like Captain America 4. Like every movie has to set up the multiversal storyline, otherwise no one will care about it. So what have we done in this video? We've basically gone over a lot of rumors and breaking down a lot of fake news and telling you what's true and what isn't true, and going to be interesting. So let me know down below, guys. What kind of videos should I make to do with the MCU? Are you all hyped for Secret Wars? And I will catch you in another video, guys, very soon. But check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, and check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. And I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.